That was a interesting little adventure there. I think it's actually better if you hear all three of their takes on this weird event. It happened at the same time, but then also not at the same time. It's a weird space. I figure it's better if you hear from the actual, I guess the camel's mouth, if you will, with the attribution there.
I don't feel very...
You don't feel very camel?
Just, you're first, go.
Yeah. Okay. So, Doric awoke in this weird place with lots of rainbowy, bright, shiny lights. As he looked to the sides, he had Theo on one side and Guy on the other, each encased in some kind of goop, from what I recall. I went over, checked on them, tried to see if I could get any response from them, and there was no kind of response. And so they kept hearing stuff down further in the room, and so walked down it. And as he traveled down, the lights cut off behind him as the lightning jumped between the orbs and everything. Eventually, got down to the table/chair. Is that what it was? I think. To find a creature that was changing shape, back and forth, phasing in between things. Had a rather lengthy conversation with it, and explored around in the area. Eventually, after looking outside and seeing the possibility of horrible things happening, Doric decided to set him free. And then things went back to being white.
So there was a small detail that you did not include that I think is pertinent for what you had learned there. Was as Doric... Well, the flashback was a big one, but the other one was as you were investigating the tanks.
Oh, yeah.
You noticed that the fluid...
Yeah, they were leaking
was
out.
happening?
When I touched it, what happened? I don't remember what happened when I touched it.
You touched it, and there were you saw magic effects happening.
That's right. Yeah.
Came in contact with you. Like it started happening to you directly.
Gotcha. That's what it was.
Guess I'm up. So, I mean, Theo woke up pretty much same place. His companions on either side. First thing out of his mouth is fucking magic. And he followed the sounds of the voices, ran into this amorphous creature that is strapped to some kind of dais in the middle of the room and has a... You think your conversation was long there, Algrad? Theo's was really long. He talked to it for a while, and he learned some things about it. For example, first and foremost, it wants free. That's a given. I mean, you're strapped to a block for God knows how long. You want free. It was trapped there by a dragon. We'll go with that. And it kind of told Theo it was like a god of some kind. I'm like blanking on a little bit of details. I know it had something to do with conjuration magic, but that was about it. Theo kind of walked around the room, still talking to this thing while he's walking around the room investigating everything. He has a flashback after pulling a painting off a wall. He has a flashback of the person who supposedly trapped this creature here and kind of throws the painting to the floor because fuck her. And then Theo makes a decision. He's going to free this creature. But he's got to find a way.
Oh, glad I wasn't alone.
So, he walks to the door that they started by and opens it. Just pure strength pushes the fucking door open. Which, I don't know if that was a good thing or not. It was pretty fucking empty beyond the door. Has another, I don't know if it was the same flashback or has another flashback about something that, I think it was the same, no, different flashback, because he went over and touched the spot where they saw the flashback, where he saw someone interacting with on the flashback. And he reads a note. And he basically said, "I will you to be free," and the creature fucking vanished. And that's where it ended.
The same.
Oh, okay.
But I will say, you all had different flashbacks.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay. I was going to compare that.
Okay. Well, I think I know who messed up, and I'm going to give some information as to why. Tags. And here's why. So, Guy found himself in a room. A rubber room. No, we're not doing that. So he finds himself in a room. It's an old, rickety, gross laboratory / study filled with bright lights that shimmer similar to hot condensed carbon. Just kidding, it was dark as heck. Lots of books.
Oh, I forgot. Y'all don't have dark vision.
Yeah. Yes.
It was dark, but Theo doesn't.
It's actually funny
Red light,
because
green light.
without the dark vision, they had their perceptions of the actual realm were a little bit different, but were kind of similar. And then yours, having dark vision, was different than both of them in a sense.
Uh-huh.
Because you actually had a full awareness of what was going on. They had like little tidbits of awareness.
I saw the other two goopy. I moved forward, and as I moved forward, the lights from the magical Tesla coils turned off, and then I stepped back, and then they turned back on. And I did that a couple times to make sure that I didn't break anything. Also because I wanted to keep looking in that area, and I was like, I didn't realize somebody didn't pay the electric bill. So I finally make my way up to the front, and there's an amalgamation that's been talking to itself. And I call out and basically ask, friend or foe? And it goes, did it ask if I was real, basically? Like, I haven't had visitors in a while. In about 17 different voices. Find out that I'm made of goop. We're all made of goop. That's the secret of life. We're all goop. Man, what kind of art would show up for that, and how would you hide a squirrel in it?
We are all goop in rubber suits.
In rubber suits.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Goop in suits.
Jake.
Anyway.
Please tell me you didn't fuck up.
No, you're the one who fucked up, and here's why. So I talked to the amalgamation. I learned a little bit about where it came from, and then I have to be very careful on how I free it. I can kill it, which would free it, or I can will it to be free, and that will free it. But I need to be careful that the doorway isn't open up to where it came from, because there's some not so very friendly entities from the darkness that is the void it comes from, where it is some sort of deity where it can will things into existence by thinking about it. But there's other things in there that maybe, if somebody opened the door, they let out.
So, I have some things that I will discuss about the flashback that I had, but continue.
So, I also got a fun story time where I found a book that was connected to a book I read back in school that was written by the same dragon lady who trapped the creature in there in the first place. It was the advanced edition, and also she's very full of herself. So I saw her painting on one side when I did some searching, and I threw it on the ground. Stupid lady. Nothing against women, just this particular woman. Then I went on the other side to look at more books. Guess what? She had another gigantic-ass portrait of herself in dragon form. Threw that on the ground, too. I don't have a problem with dragons, just this particular dragon.
He was looking for 2 keys because he saw there was 2 keys in the base of the slab. So he thought they'd be hidden behind the pictures, which is a good call there. I like that.
I saw that she had notes about alchemy. I'm like, there's an alchemy table. Maybe there's some stuff there. Nope, all dried out. And then I struggled with the puzzle for probably way too long. If you're always wondering why the episode's so long, it's because I went around in circles. I'm sure you saw that by now. And then eventually I put my hands on and got a vision of me murdering the creature. But luckily I didn't. And the thing I would have murdered the creature with was the lever, because I tried to turn the machine off with the lever and it snapped in half. Uh-huh.
Do y'all want to compare what was differences between ours?
So I willed it to be... Oh, also I got a tiny dragon. I don't know if it's permanent or temporary.
Ooh.
It sprayed me with ink.
Did you get a book dragon? A bookworm?
I got a calligraphy worm, which is either an origami worm or it's an actual tiny dragon that reads books and produces ink like a squid. I haven't decided thematically which one it would be.
I mean, it describes it as being made out of paper and sprayed ink, but it doesn't go any further.
But the old
than
art
that,
also just shows like a tiny little boy reading a book.
I got some cool materials.
I didn't get shit.
So
I got a rock.
I'll compare. I'll tell you about my flashback here. So there was a note that was read, and basically, it says that so long as this realm existed, this little room here, the realm to which this creature came from would be open, and would allow pretty much anything to get through. If you open the door, the room would collapse. And if you open the door and free the creature at the same time, it would cease to exist. Closing the gate forever.
Well,
tell me, who fucked up?
well, so here's the thing.
I made a friend.
Listen. What are you talking about? You made a friend.
I let it go. I let the creature go. Like back.
I also let the creature go.
Yeah, we all let it go.
Back to his home. You let him go in this world. There's a difference.
This is true.
Yes, but the creature also told me that it exists in many timelines, so all of us let it go, and one of us let it go home. The point is that if the whole thing collapsed, it also could have theoretically trapped you in the nether region.
Yeah. It's a price to pay to keep dragon cultists from getting the motherfucker back.
They're not dragon cultists.
Well, they're cultists, but I'm specifically talking about the dragon bitch.
Yeah, well,
there was specifically a dragon who was a member of the cult, but they are not dragon
she
cultists.
Also, it sounds like she wrote a lot of the rituals that they use to gain more magic power, and also this being, if we release in our world, is promised to help us kick their ass.
Yeah. So, the flashback I had was of them binding the creature and the dragon essentially running point, doing the placing the runes on the restraints and everything like that. That's what I got.
Silver, can you give me a hint with the flashback? I mostly remember the book and the lore and not the flashback.
You, because you went so long, I didn't give you a full flashback. I gave you the notes.
Yeah, I can't read Draconic, so I had the amalgamation read it. Like I said, story time.
So yeah, basically he found. So basically, what he found is he found originally a note, like a book of ancient spells that sometimes work, sometimes didn't. There's a book of ancient draconic magic secrets, and the book he found in this chamber was Mabari's specific copy of that book, where she wrote in her own notes corrections and notes about how to make the rituals actually work.
She was that kid with the textbook. Actually, it's I before E. Except after I of Newt.
So yeah, she was taking that book and essentially writing the correct ways to make things work and the correct secrets, and wrote a bunch of special alchemy recipes
Although,
in there.
from what it sounded like, she also wrote the original one, so she was just correcting herself, the nerd.
Or she at least transcribed the one you
Yeah.
saw previously. So this could be her personal one.
She's
And then she
she's a green
transcribed the
dragon
original.
who likes to write in green. Yeah.
So, Jake, you said that when you pulled the lever, it broke.
Oh, broke in half.
X, did you pull the
I
lever?
didn't even touch the fucking lever.
Okay, because when I touched it and pulled it, it like shocked the hell. It activated it and like seemed to get things going where it was sucking more energy off.
Oh.
Because of my crafting skill, I was able to discern that the lever wouldn't do anything really, and that it had to do with the locks on the thing on the platform, like the actual block or whatever the hell the thing was strapped to.
You also all got different descriptions of the slab because you had different knowledges going in. So you had Doric learning about the different runes and traces of all the gods. All the ancient gods were on these bindings. So it was a bunch of magic from all of the gods to bind this creature here. And then we had Theo learning that the slab was made out of a specific type of stone that can be used to funnel
I got a
magic.
piece of that stone, by the way.
Oh. I had also suggested to it that if it's not able to go home, it could at least hide out in the tavern until it could figure a way to get back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, we got a pretty good thing there. I mean, not a whole lot was missed between everybody there. It is funny though that everything was just the way the characters went in their own path. Everything was a little bit different, but also kind of the same.
Well, none of us tried to kill it. That's
We
the
all-
one
We
consensus.
all took the hero path and tried to save it.
I didn't like it. Like, I honestly thought freeing it was a horrible idea. Like,
So-
the whole time, I was like,
Yeah, that's why I asked so many questions.
Yeah,
I was
me too.
like-
I'm like, hey,
I was like, hold on a second, someone trapped you here. And then I found out the cultist did it. Oh no, fuck that. This guy gets to go home.
oh,
Well, see, it also took on different lights because Guy and Theo, you are not a part of the religious pantheons. Doric is. And the religious pantheons were part of the party that keeps this thing imprisoned here.
oh. So Theo chose to free it out of
So that colored the reactions.
and,
yeah, just a little bit.
And Theo freed it out of revenge, and Guy freed it because, like, well, it just seems like the right. Hey, you're not gonna kill me if I let you go, right? You're not gonna go around killing a bunch of people. You promise? All right, I'll hold you to it.
Doric just kind of felt sorry for,
No.
like, as a healer, felt sorry that it was in pain.
Theo legitimately
how I
wanted to
felt
save
about
it
it.
because that's how he was raised, to help those who need to be helped.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun that it all went a little bit differently for everybody, but it all
Yeah, but the
progressed to the
question
same
is,
solution, which is
He said one of us
interesting.
messed up. Who messed up? Are we just saying that to mess with us? Because that's also very you. Silver.
I think that's what he did.
So basically, it'll be explained as we go into this, but somebody did indeed thoroughly mess up, or has the possibility to thoroughly mess up everything. And as we come into the experience, you all awaken in the chamber you were in, with the shifting amalgamation of shapes and voices. You are all standing together at the base of the dais. There are 2 keys. There's a key in each of the locks. and they're waiting for you to turn and unlock the shackles. You notice as you look around the room, some of that sort of decrepitation and like disrepair that you had noticed when you were in the chamber itself is still there. The energy is not arcing off of the orbs anymore. So there's no energy arcing off the orbs. They are all lit, so there's that rainbow inky light around the orbs. The light outside is still that kind of vision of the area around the spire. There is one key difference for Doric and Guy. The door at the far end of the hall is now open.
Okay, so I'm thinking it was Theo that messed it up then.
And the door open at the far end of the hall, you can see from where you are standing, it's almost as if it is holding the light out of the chamber into this door. And you can feel... everybody give me... Let's go with a... I need a character. Give me... Hey, Doric, you're the first one I see. I'm going to use your sheet for reference. Let's go with a... I have a feeling we need either an Arcana or a Religion at this stage.
I'm going to roll Religion. Plus 7 on that. Physical, what do we got?
I'm
that
not
is
good
a
at either
nat
one.
20. So 27.
Holy moly.
Do we all need to roll it?
Nat 20.
Yes, you all need to roll a Religion or a...
24
I'm not good at
Arcana.
either one of these. I'm just going to pick one.
24 Arcana.
14.
Wait, 23 Arcana.
If this was a crafting check, it would have been a 17. But it's an Arcana.
Oh, there's
I
nothing
know.
to craft here.
Craft doesn't escape, MacGyver. I got a paperclip and a piece of bubble gum.
So, with the Arcana check, I'll start there. You can feel that the magic that is holding this chamber together and holding this realm together is being siphoned through that doorway. You can feel it sort of like pulling at you as well. You can feel the magic power that you hold being siphoned away. With the Religion check, it sounds like basically you feel that this is the absolute worst thing that could happen. Whatever's on the other side of that door, you do not want to meet.
Hey Silver. You know that
Yes.
Magic Dragon book? Is it if it's
Uh-huh.
within reach, that's going in the bag, and then I'm gonna figure out how to deal with this baloney that's happening.
Did
Yeah, you can put the
Go ahead.
you can put the book in your bag.
With the
Did anyone find the third key?
wait, there's 3 keyholes and there's 2 keys.
There's 2 keys, 2 keyholes.
Oh, I thought there were three keyholes.
Nope. You were told there's a third key to enter the spire, or there was believed to be a third key to enter the spire.
So I think before anything happens, Theo's gonna look at this creature and he'll say, "You told me what is beyond that door feels like where you came from, and the notes and the flashbacks said that if that door was open when you were freed, this whole chamber collapses and it cuts that realm off from this one. Is that true?"
We do not know the full scope of the magic of this chamber.
What the book?
Your small friend has more of an understanding of this sort of magical effect.
As out of character, the book basically said that the situation we're in is that the whole place is collapsing and we might get trapped in the void, right?
So the situation from the book, from her notes, was if the door was opened, it would allow a link between this creature's domain and your domain. Like this is acting as a bridge.
And we don't
at this
want
stage.
that because there's scary things in there, according to the amalgamation.
Yes, according to the amalgamation, there are things like them over there, but there's also things that are that would very much like to take over this realm. You would know as a person who studied magic. Give me an Arcana.
Another Arcana.
See what you know about
What I know
pocket
about pocket
dimensions.
dimensions. I know that they're usually carried in pant dimensions. I got a nose snort out of somebody. Anyway.
That was me.
My Arcana is a dirty 20, my friend.
Alright, so with your dirty 20, you would know that what he says is partially correct. This chamber is a chamber of will, and it's a chamber of... Basically, this chamber is created to hold a creature within it. If that creature were to leave this chamber would collapse. But you also know that the nature of a pocket dimension, once you create a bridge, if you do not destroy that bridge, it can become permanent.
Did the book or say how to close the bridge? Or
it just says that you need to... It just says that you need to you need to get rid of the reason this chamber exists.
all right,
basically.
turn those keys right now.
That's...
Right now?
I mean, we might have to jump out
So
the
which
window
two
and
is
call it a day. We can't leave that door open. Theo?
Can you help us get out of here? Asking the creature.
We can put forth our best effort to keep you from going to our realm.
I promised you I would help you, and I'm going to do just that. And if this causes you any pain when those needles are removed, I apologize. He walks over to his key.
I mean, it's just two keys
Oh, they're
directly
just
in
both
front of
directly
you.
in front of me?
About... Yep. They're far enough apart that one person can't turn both keys.
Okay.
All right.
I was about to say, is he going with
All right,
both?
all right.
Or?
So, Theo, you turn the key at the same time as Doric, and I will them to be free. That's how it worked last time, without the keys.
And Theo does a countdown on his fingers, and the 3, 2, 1, and then turns the key.
I will you to be free.
As does Doric with Theo.
So you turn the keys, and you'll turn the keys, and you'll hear they'll turn, and it seems like they turn forever. They just turn and turn and turn and turn, and there is a click, and when you hear the click, the straps on this creature they pop open, and it's able to move and free itself from them. You all will hear an amalgamation of roars from the doorway.
Oh, the hell you will. I'm just gonna start blasting finger guns at it.
Wait. Oh, since we're all here, does Theo have his gear, or is he still pretty much like defenseless?
You are actually now here in person.
Oh,
Like you have everything you had.
Theo is going to take. He hears that roar. He's going to take up the defensive stance in front of the other two.
Oh yeah, I'm firing
with his back to them.
I'm firing a phase bolt at it. As I said, the hell you will.
So as this amalgamation of shapes rises, you'll hear the sounds of joints having not moved in a long time, like that pop and crack. And,
you understand how satisfying
you mean
feels?
like me getting out of bed? And,
yeah, but if it's been a long, long time, it can be both satisfying and painful.
Yep.
You'll hear the sound of stone sliding on stone as the slab recedes and the mechanisms within the slab start to click back.
Can I try to keep the key?
I mean, you can try.
What's the artifact we're supposed to grab here?
I don't know, but yeah. Can I try to hold on?
So
keep the key.
So you're trying to keep the key.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need you to give me a. Let's go with a strength roll. As they start to be pulled, like the locking mechanism get pulled into the dais that the slab sits on.
Is that better?
No, it's strength. You gotta just roll your d20 with your mod.
Gonna be fun.
Let's see what my strength mod is.
Fun.
Okay, +1. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, no, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Hey,
that sound good.
Dice went
do you
off
have
the
any
ground.
hero points?
That's a 12 plus 1, 13.
Boy, I wonder what the worst case scenario here is.
We die in a blaze of glory.
Oh, I was thinking.
So these keys they're not budging from the locks. Once the locks were turned to the unlock, they don't move. And they're getting pulled away from you, and you're actually starting to get pulled along the wood floor.
Oh, and I will release when that happens.
So as they close into the dais will lower down, and you hear the sounds of ancient mechanisms that haven't been maintained. As the gears start to turn, the metal starts to groan as it starts moving and breaking away all this rust and decay from sitting as long as
They
it
use
has.
brass, that wouldn't happen.
I mean, it does happen if it sits for thousands of years.
I was making a plumbing joke.
Brass kind of
I was
swells.
making a plumbing joke, damn it.
Plus, any grease might just be stone at this point.
But the mechanisms move, and you'll notice the tanks in the back of the room. You'll see them starting to drain, and you'll see it feeding back into the slab. You'll see the creature who had the different shapes and voices. Its image goes from being that chaotic and hard to look at to it's just downright painful to look at, as it shifts rapidly and alters and moves.
But I'm not looking at it.
And through the doorway, you see a set of eyes. Or you believe, or you hope it's one set of eyes, because it appears to be 8. It's 8 eyes, 4 and 4, in a vertical
Am I
line.
getting that bad juju feeling? Or no?
So feelings don't actually exist in this.
I remember this, and I still ask the question.
Hey, is that a friend or is that a foe?
You'll hear the form. It'll just be like a gasp, and you kind of, if you look back, you kind of see it shivering as its power is being returned to it, and it's not able to speak. You'll see this thing. You'll see a hand emerge from the doorway, and it starts to pull the bricks because the doorway's too small. It starts to break apart the bricks to
Silver,
make the hole
are
larger.
you familiar with the Three Stooges? Because you're looking at a
I am
translucent
indeed.
purple hand about to do that to those 8 eyeballs. And yeah, for your information, Bolt of magical energy stirs in a phase, and so it's a flashing finger. I'm gonna scissor it right in the eyeballs. Cool.
Maybe don't use the term scissor.
Yeah, it's a natural 23.
It doesn't hit.
Okay. Let's see if there's even an entity for this.
I mean, even if it doesn't take damage, I'm hoping this at least buys time. As I said, quote, the hell you will. Bow! Get off my lawn. Everybody knows that guns go bow, right?
So what's the roll to hit that?
Huh?
Sorry. What's your roll to hit? Sorry.
Natural 23.
Okay. Try to see these things. I found one I can use.
Does magical piercing damage if that also matters?
Where is this thing? Say, oh.
That doesn't hit, does it?
Yeah, it just kind of glances off this thing.
Is the air rather turbulent in here, or is it very like I'm almost picturing like a vortex being pulled, like feeling of at the door area, or is it just still?
Yes, so it is. You're feeling it pull you towards the you're feeling it pull you towards the open doorway. Like the air is starting to suck out of this room.
Okay.
Kind of like an airlock being opened.
Does it react at all to being plinked?
Yes, actually it does.
There's more where that came from.
Voice crack and all.
I mean, there's more where that came from. You son of a gun. What's a gun?
Oh, we know.
All right.
I read about them once. I heard they walk around on all fours.
Will you tell me what this thing does? Come on, game.
No.
Oh man, gonna die.
I mean, worst case scenario.
Although it seems like this thing is trying to claw its way in before the bridge collapses.
Worst case scenario.
You just had to open the door, Theo.
Listen to me. It's a door, the only door, and I thought it was the only way out.
Hey, I need Guy to make a will save.
Joke's on you. I'm good at those. You son of a gun. What's a gun?
Why do you say that? Do you always jinx yourself when you say shit like that?
No, I'm not other people. Whatever I say, not on saves. It's always whenever it's attack. Like, hey, roll me. Yeah, see, 21.
21. Okay, so that's a critical fail.
Excuse me?
Oh, fuck.
Excuse me? A critical fail means I missed it by 10, right? In Pathfinder?
Yes.
So the save was a minimum 31. I physically couldn't pass that. Holy cow.
I wasn't sure if it'd be a critical fail, that's why I wanted you to roll.
Oh.
So I need a headphone mute from
The rest of us.
Theo and Doric,
You fucked
please.
up. Jake, you're the one who fucked up.
You're the one who messed up. You opened the door. I would have been, better off throwing the lever. Yeah,
they're
so
out.
am I.
So you hear, this is actually a charm spell. So you hear in your head. It's these words. They sound very sweet and innocent, almost like it sounds like something that there's no way that Guy would ever think this thing could ever want him to be harmed. And it asks you It tells you to use the lever and kill that horrible wretch on the slab.
Okay, out of character joke goes to stab Doric. In character joke. Do I still have the lever? Yeah,
yes.
But it's not like...
You still are carrying whatever you had originally.
Oh, so I had the book in one hand and the lever in the other hand.
Yep. So, it's not asking you to do a harmful action towards one of your allies. So, you are now helpful towards this thing, is what the modifier is.
Yeah, but I thought Guy considered this thing his friend. I thought we were friends. We had a whole story time.
That's where I'm bringing up the fact that it is a request. So you have to... Okay. So it would be a diplomacy roll to see if you decide to take this
I'm
thing
not
up
even going to be
on what it's
confident
asking
because
you
the
to do.
last time I crit failed with a pretty good roll. Oh. I guess I might be stabbing it, maybe. You see diplomacy?
Diplomacy.
Okay. 19.
19. All right. So I'm going to say you made a good enough friend with this thing that you do not want to harm it. You don't want to kill it. So we'll bring them two back, and then you can give how Guy reacts to this request that he heard in his head. So I'm going to mention to get them back in here.
So,
That took a while.
So everyone's dead.
listen. I may have fucked up by opening the door, but at least I didn't attack the godlike creature that was trying to come through the door.
I
remember
almost shot at it.
Tex,
I was thinking
Tex,
about it.
Tex, you were about to. You were like, do I have my weapons? And I just happened to... Nope, not going to say what I was about to say.
Listen, I legitimately took up a defensive stance.
Yeah, I was about...
In my defense, I'm the only one who knows the horrors that could come through this dimension, apparently.
Oh, I knew shit was bad
This
in
guy-
there, but I also know that
Yeah.
the door kind of had to be open, even though I opened it on accident. Thinking it was the way
Does
out.
Guy look any different now since this has occurred?
So I think you guys need to do a roll perception check to see if you can see what has happened after he made that attack.
Oh gosh, natural 1.
7.
Nope, I'm too distracted. It's actually an 8, but that's a natural 1.
Mine's also a natural 1.
Oh my goodness. You
Yep,
both
we're a
So
little
you guys don't
distracted.
see what
wind
happened.
chimes.
Yeah, you're a little distracted at this gigantic 8-eyed thing coming into the door, trying to make the door large enough for it to enter.
I'm gonna, as I'm standing next to Theo, I'm gonna reach over and just put my hand on his sword and go, I think we're gonna need this.
I'm not.
And cast magic weapon on him.
I'm not attacking something that's as powerful as a god, if not more powerful. I'm not that stupid. However,
Looks at Guy.
feels like however, it's trying to come into the room, right? Like, is it partially in here or just its arms?
So it's like its arms and its head can make its way inside this chamber.
How
Cool.
big is its head?
That's awesome. Hold on a
It's-
second. Because of the power of this particular room, I will the head of the creature standing before me to the deepest depths of that void.
All right, I need. What's a good? So I think a good roll for that is going to be an Arcana roll because you're trying to make this chamber do a magical act that it's not set up to do.
You've been bamboozled.
But before you give that answer, I want Guy to react to what happened.
Just gonna kind of. So I took the book that was in my hands. I put it in my bag. I have half of a lever in my hand, and it's probably like the perfect height for a halfling walking stick. I'm just kind of leaning on it, like all nonchalant, like, well, that's not a very neighborly request, friend. Just imagine like old Southern gentlemen, like leaning on a cane. Like, now why would I do something like that?
All right, and what was your Arcana roll there, Theo?
God, I hope the bot doesn't screw me over.
Oh no.
17. I don't have a modifier. As I have no magic.
So
that's a solid roll.
It is.
you'll see the that sort of rainbow light from the orbs starts to speed up pace, like the inkiness starts moving faster, and then I need you to do a fortitude save as 4 bolts of lightning shoot
Towards
you.
me? Shit.
Yes. You ordered it to do a thing. It needs to pull power.
21.
Oh.
21. Alright, so you are going to take partial damage. So you're going to take the half of 17.
Half of 17? Okay, that's fine.
As the magic gets pulled from you and you feel drained, like the dry mouth, the sort of your arms ache as it just pulled magical essence from you, and as somebody who's not magical, it would have pulled it directly from, quite possibly directly from your life force to get that magic.
Oh, that fucking sucked.
And you'll see there, from where this creature's at, you'll see its head almost like it hits like a transparent wall. And you start seeing it starting to slide back into the void, but it's still fighting to come up.
Seems friendly.
Calling back to the creature behind us. Friend, if you're going to leave, I think we need to hurry.
I second that.
Well, nothing wrong over here, and I'm gonna go look for more stuff to steal.
Dork's gonna follow Guy and slap him across the face. What are you doing?
Steal.
Don't you see we're in danger?
I mean, there's a wall, everybody's chill, and also whoever built this room kind of sucks, and I want their stuff.
I'd like to slap him again.
That seems valid.
I take a closer look at Guy now. That we're not completely out of danger, but like something's up with the guy who legitimately just tried to attack this creature. Because he's went all like, meh.
So let's go with a... I want to do a society for that.
Sure.
Hmm?
I'm not great at those. Then again, any of the charisma shit I got is not great. So I did good though, 19.
So you'll notice that no matter what Guy does, every time Guy looks at the this monstrosity that's trying to enter this chamber, he looks at it with a look that almost is like this sort of not friendly is not the correct word, but sort of that, you know, not with any kind of malice.
May I make a
towards this
suggestion?
creature.
It's a little bit of pity.
Yeah.
Theo, I think you're gonna have to pick him up.
No, just leave him. We have to hold off as long as possible.
I would like to do it.
So
what
you'll
is the
hear.
creature doing?
So it's starting to sit up, it's starting to move, and it's going to look at you three and say, You You need to get back to your home.
Well, like through the window?
Yes. Do we need to will ourselves out of here?
Like I said, I do not know. The short one carries the manual to this chamber. And it's going to get up and it's going to start. It's going to move towards the other
Guys,
presence.
Over here, just got slapped. Like, the little one has the manual. I'm over here looking at flasks.
Doric, figure it out. I think as the creature starts walking away and we start moving towards Guy, Theo would say, "Good luck, friend," and move towards Guy even further.
Safe travels.
Where's that book that you've
It's in my
got?
bag.
Can I see it, please?
Can you reach your conic?
Is the old man here?
Yeah. Do we see the peepaw
I'm
hanging
gonna
out
make a
anywhere?
guess and
Since
say
it's all
no,
kind of
but
magic-y.
maybe.
No, he's not in this area.
Damn it!
We saw him the last time we were in the tower.
Yeah, but it was-
so I thought
yeah, but it
we
was
would
after-
change.
This might.
It was after we had solved the tower, remember?
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Doric, be prepared. This might hurt me a bit. Grabs a hold of his two friends. I will myself, Theo Skyfallen, my friends Gyverson Fields, and I can't remember, Doric Meyerwood, out of this world back into our own.
And I will myself to help pay the cost.
I will share
Alright.
the burden too.
So you will everybody to leave this chamber. You all will leave this chamber, and you'll once again, as you see the original amalgamation, it starts to grow in size to equal the size of the creature that's trying to get in.
Yeah.
And they start get into a nice little grappling fight and taking swings at each other on the other side of the room.
Fuck
throwing
'em
magic
up.
back and forth.
Fucking that guy.
I like how we both have the mentality of fuck 'em up. Grab his stick and twist it.
And as you see that fight happening, your vision fades to white. And then you wake up. Nope, it's not that one. It's not that one. Where's my map I had you guys on? Oh, it's this one. You'll wake up in the clearing at the base of the tower. Oops, wrong thing. Put that. Reactivate this to pull you back over.
Dun dun dun.
So you're at the base of the tower in the clearing. You notice that the time when you had first walked in was kind of that earlier day, midday sort of range. It's now evening.
We have no idea how many days have passed.
You have no idea how many days have passed. Judging by the dry taste in your mouth, it's probably been the better part of a day. You kind of have a little bit of dirt and stuff on your clothing.
Oh yeah, we were on autopilot, weren't we?
Do we remember what has transpired?
So you remember the chamber inside the
We still have
the
the
spire.
things we had with us.
Fuck happened?
You see now, after you're back in the clearing, you're looking up at this tower. This tower is like a 30-story tall tower in the clearing. So it's just it just towers over you. You're looking up at this massive monolith
How the fuck
structure.
did we not see that before?
You saw it, but you weren't this close.
Okay.
Like you went from being, if you're like, if you're heading into a downtown area, there's all those big skyscrapers and they don't look
Okay.
super tall.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You went from being like that kind of area to right at the
That's
base
fair.
of the
I'm
tower.
like, that building's not that tall. Oh my goodness.
So as you look up the tower and you look up at this monolith, you see windows all the way up in different spots all the way around the tower. And you'll see a bright, brilliant flash from an area of the tower that kind of pops out of the side of the side of the spire. There's a brilliant flash. and the entire section of the spire is gone.
Wait,
Like disappears or like
I'm assuming
explodes?
it's like it imploded
Like
and
just-
there's been an annihilation.
Yes, so the section of the tower where this little bump out was completely implodes. It's gone, 100%.
So like a popping noise.
And then the area above it falls down onto the tower, and the tower starts to crack all the way
Oof.
down the stone.
Oops. Did we do
Yeah.
that?
Does Guy still have the stuff he took from the tower? I mean, one of
You
them
have
was
to
in
check.
my hand as a walking stick.
Theo also checks his pockets for the stone and the gemstone.
Doric starts
Yeah,
to
you-
retreat away from the
It's
spire.
fine.
Yeah.
So as you're all checking your pockets and figuring out what's going on, Doric starts to head for
Yeah,
the
I'm not far
clearing.
behind.
You'll hear an ear splitting crack sound as the stone that was once one piece cracks all the way down to the ground, and you see it start to slide apart.
Nope. Grabs Guy and bolts.
Now
Check our shit
I
later.
begin running. Yeah.
This is where the movement speed comes in handy for Theo.
I'm only slightly slower than you. The one who's in most in danger is Doric, but he got a head start.
Yeah, well, that's why I got a head start. Doric's just running as fast as he can, going shit
Theo
with
still
every
passes
single
him.
step. Oh, easily, like
but
in
more
3
importantly-
steps.
So the spire will crack. It'll shatter. There'll be cracks all the way up and down the stone itself as it starts to spread apart, and the entire spire starts to crumble. So this thousands of year old, possibly even millennia old spire just collapses in.
You don't
on
think they're
itself.
going to charge us for that, do you?
I doubt it. I'm pretty sure everybody thought they were cursed.
Well, I mean, it's
Did we get the relic that we needed though?
I hope one of the things we have is the relic.
I don't.
We got a book.
I didn't get anything.
Maybe it's less that we have to get a relic and we have to find an item of power and either bring it with us to the tavern or put it back where it belongs. Perhaps our friend the amalgamation. Silver, if you could type how to spell the name. No.
Amalgamation?
It had a name that it was called.
Or the name that it was referenced
Yeah.
as in the book you read?
I was just calling it friend
I was also calling it friend. Maybe
or buddy.
neighbor at one point.
I have the name Toby written down for some reason. That wasn't its name, was it?
It said if you want to
No.
give me. It said if you want to give.
I don't know.
To Guy, it said if you want to give me a name to make it easier, go ahead. Here's what they used to call me. I thought they were my friends. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just call you friend. Do I have the walking stick?
Yeah, you still have everything you had. Everything you took from the tower is still with you.
Man, she'll let me steal more stuff. The only thing valuable that would have been there is the paintings, and we don't want those.
Hold on a second. Pulls out the gemstone.
No. I'm saying out of character. The only other thing I could think of that might be valuable is the paintings, and we don't want those.
So I was going to say the next thing you see after the spire finishes collapsing to the ground is now anything that was magical that got destroyed starts to go off. So there's a series of mini explosions inside the rubble.
So I also have another thing I gotta ask. This whole clearing where this tower sat, where we were having all those fucking hallucinations and the magic pockets and shit.
Uh-huh.
Are those magic pockets gone now that those vats are empty?
They're not gone, but they're not as frequent. It's more of like the land is scarred
Okay.
from that.
Spell
So it's
scar.
more like
Exposure.
magic scarring now. Cool.
Yep.
Hold on.
It's not. There's not like actively stuff being summoned and stuff happening, but you can see where there's these clouds
It's
of like this
background
magical
radiation, but
energy.
instead it's wild magic.
We may have to explain this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like we could just say that we weren't in the area, we weren't involved. We literally got permission to come here.
I don't think we can hide that we were here.
I'm okay at lying, but
I have no problem explaining to the king. Like, that's easy. It's if the
I don't think he'll care.
if the gods get involved, that might be harder to explain what happens.
we'll just explain that the tower broke, and the reason it broke was because we were trying to stop some sort of horror beyond imagination from entering into our plane of existence.
Because we opened the door.
That's not we.
All right.
We.
Okay, because I opened the door.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure we made the right decision, though.
So as you say that, a particularly large tornado pops up from the rubble.
Hey, I'm
It's
still
not
looking at
near
it. I still want to check.
Listen,
I still want to check.
I'd rather deal with a tornado than a fucking giant eight-eyed bulb creature.
Listen, all I'm imagining is a dad of a certain magical dog from a certain children's cartoon.
I mean, so basically, as the different magical artifacts inside the spire start to collapse and break and are ruined and damaged, all the effects are going off. So there's fireballs and lightning and storms, and there's this tornado that just goes off into the distance, and like there's just a multitude of all these magical things going on.
Does it all at least head north and not south towards?
It's going every direction.
Oh no.
It'll dissipate. It's fine.
Hey, Theo.
They're just magic explosions.
Theo.
Yes.
If we don't blame you, I'm pretty sure we could blame Doric, and they might believe it.
I mean, here's the thing. I will never pass blame on something I did wrong.
All right.
If it comes out that my decision was incorrect, fucking blame me all you want.
Well, I suppose I can read the manual and see where you fucked up.
So you guys are going to go over what you had gotten from the spire.
Yeah, I would like to go ahead and cast detect magic on all of everything that we left with, and see if like the aura and everything is reminiscent of the other relic we found.
Now, I don't remember if I got anything else because it's been a couple weeks, but I remember a gemstone, which I don't remember what kind of gemstone. And I got a little cube piece of that that magic stone, that siphon stone.
Well, so the gemstone was from a green dragon who's obsessed with the fact that she's a green dragon.
Probably.
So, well, originally yes, but when you pull this gemstone out, it is now this sort of amalgamation and constantly moving purple color.
Oh, that's cool.
It matches that same sort of energy moving that the creature inside the chamber.
I'm gonna call him Owl. That's his new name, is Owl.
So as
it works.
As a precious material, it absorbed the ambient magic in the area. Potentially, is that our artifact, or does Theo just have a fun crafting?
So I know Doric was somebody's gonna do detect magic.
Yeah, me.
I believe in you.
Okay.
I mean, it just does it. It's a 30-foot emanation. I can ignore whatever. If I know about stuff, I can ignore it. Detect illusionary magic only if the magic effect is a lower level.
So, the magic that you see around you, the gemstone that Theo holds up, is absolutely filled beyond the brim with conjuration magic. It's pure conjuration magic.
I'm pretty sure that's the relic right there. It looks like pure magic.
Cool. We need to get to a door.
the other slab, the slab of the magic siphoning stone, that appears to crumble when you pull it out.
There's not like a doorway left standing at the tower by chance, is there?
If you want to brave constant magical, basically hellfire and brimstone.
Hey, wait, we could go back to that other small tower house and see if there's a rickety-ass door we could use there.
I think we just go back to town.
It's going to be a day or two, isn't it?
It is what it is.
It was a day and a half with a guide, so possibly longer.
How far away was that tower, and were there doors at the tower?
There were actually no doors that were visible at that tower.
What?
Theo, do you want to continue carrying that? I know you don't love magic.
Wraps it up in a scarf. It's mine.
So before Theo wraps that gem up, you're actually going to see Din Alcar standing in this clearing, kind of doing the whole like old man, like, what did you just do?
Who?
P-Pop. Nunya? Yeah.
Standing in the clearing?
Yeah, he walks around.
So
he doesn't always float. He walks around sometimes.
He's not a ghost currently.
I mean, he's not wholly corporeal, but he's there.
Last time we cleared the tower,
visible.
you were able to see him as well, remember?
True, yeah.
He's probably about 40 feet behind you, looking at the spire.
What the look of
looking
somebody
back at you.
Whose child just like punched a hole in the drywall? Like, what did you do?
We let
the
god of conjuration. We freed the god of conjuration, and I let it back into its home realm.
That was the plan all along, but somebody did it in a way that made the whole thing implode.
There is no.
No, there was some sort of
conjuration.
amalgamation friendly type that was being siphoned of conjuration magic, and we turn off the siphon in the pocket dimension. Remember that book from school that you helped me with? Yeah. Well, we found the theory in that book in practice and more advanced, and also I stole the book that has the updates in it. If you want to look at it.
This is you. There is no deity of different magics.
Deity is a strong word. It exists. It said it existed outside of our realm and was not a god by the standards in which we know gods, but was stronger than most of our gods.
It was restrained by those who wanted to become gods.
Yes, I know the downfall.
Yeah, it was
of the guild.
it was a being of the void, and it had been trapped there the whole time.
So you encountered a spirit of conjuration.
There we go. That's the word. That's the word he used. My bad. We let it go home.
And we prevented another one from coming through. It was really scary until it wasn't.
So they trapped a spirit of conjuration. That would explain how they got so much magical power. Did they trap other spirits?
Now, hold on a second. That psycho bitch, what's her name, Mabari, is the one who did most of the brain work. The others were kind of just her patsies, I guess.
Again, I stole her notes.
You have the notes of Mabari?
Not the ones we found at the college. Takes the book out of his bag. Yeah.
You take the book out of your bag.
Like I hold it open to him.
Like really?
Like
you know
I'm showing him the cover.
So he says, Mabari. That is interesting. I do know she was involved in some of the upper level people. It makes sense that one of the dragons would be a part of those that caused the downfall of the guild.
One of the flash.
Was she a contemporary of yours?
The spirit said that my benevolent ancestor here wasn't part of the faction that trapped the beings.
But were they at the same time? like
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. This is hilarious. I'm sitting here as you're talking about that, and then Lucy comes in the room, sniffs at Tesh, who's sleeping. Tesh wakes up, and Lucy jumps, turns around, and runs out of the room. Like, this all happened just right here next to me.
Oh shit, she can see me. Run away.
Oh no, it's spirit.
Alright, so
What the hell?
So, as far as I'm aware, my ancestor here didn't have anything to do with the horribleness at the time. It was just merely a powerful magic user at the time. Have I been?
I just mean were they like alive at the same time, not like friends with one another.
peer. So you're saying, are they? First of all, from the way that the spirit was talking, I'm pretty sure Mabari's still alive. She is a fucking dragon.
I also knocked over her paintings. I thought they were quite gaudy.
Hey, I threw one to the ground too.
I also thought there might have been keys behind it. So, in my defense, I was a looting.
Dragons are, I guess you could say, the next closest thing to immortal. So if she survived the chaos, she could very well still be alive, though I have not caught any trace of her magic in a long time. I will say this.
I learned a funny thing. She's trapped as a tiefling.
Oh, hey, you two, did you know that she also helped come up with the ritual to steal the magic from us since we're fateless ones?
Yeah.
Nope.
I knew she was using the cult for some reason. I can't remember the details, but
yeah.
I do know. Well, I guess I should ask this because we haven't really had this much time to talk to you before. First and foremost, what is your name? Because I'm kind of tired of trying to refer to you as Peepop or Ancestor because that sounds rude as
It's
shit.
Dinalkar.
I can't pronounce that.
So
it's what?
You say that, and he just was like, you hear the ghost kind of groan. Din Alcar. How many times must you get
I'm sorry.
incorrect?
It's hard to pronounce when your native tongue is Halfling.
So, Din Alcar.
Yeah.
Can I just call you Din?
No, you may not.
How about just sir?
Okay, I'll make sure to remember that then.
First of all, my apologies for offending you earlier.
Oh, I thought it was rather delicious.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Doric. He's been thinking it's been funny this whole time.
I see where you get your sense of humor
don't compare
from,
me. Don't compare me to him. He gets upset. He gets all pouty.
Oh.
You are... Well, I guess I should say this. You're not evil like the cultists, are you? I have to ask, because technically you're dead, so... Evil is okay.
Well, I was
but
not affiliated
evil like them.
I was not affiliated with those that became the cultists. They were a subsect within our guild. Our guild spanned the entire continent, so there were many different subsects and cliques, if you will, and cultures and subcultures.
I guess I should ask, you're not one of the ones who pissed off the goddess of life and death, are you?
Oh, I knew that was a foolhardy approach when they tried to invite me to it.
My ancestor's a lot of things, but cranky, wise, moderately racist.
Oh, we're gonna get along fine.
But
he looks at you and says, "No, we will not."
Why is it I like you more and more the more you speak?
But
All right.
but the one thing he isn't is foolish. That's what I'm here for, or at least that's what he tells me.
So, how often are you able to make yourself visible like this?
I had no dealings with it.
This happened last time we went through a tower. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Didn't happen for this long, though.
Well, we also didn't explode the tower last time, so...
You know what? That's fair. That's my bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of magic going off, and we should probably keep walking.
But also, fuck the bad guys.
Yeah, but all that history gone.
It's history and achievement and magic.
You mean the history no one
culture.
can access because of the creature that actively stole people's memories?
I mean, that's fair, but you also all stopped me from stealing more of that historical literature.
Yes, but if you remember the southern tower, it was no longer shielded once the magic had left the building.
Oh, so that one's broken too?
Yes. We're taking the power sources. No shit is going to break them. And this one's different. This one, if you look at the construction of this building, it was different than the other one. This was one solid piece of stone. The other one was built like a normal tower.
You know,
yes, this was our pinnacle school of conjuration.
Imagine if I invented some sort of game that was like how this tower ended up. I could probably make a lot of money.
Okay, we're moving on. We've got a lot of space to travel.
Yeah, I don't know why we stopped walking considering tornadoes and stuff are happening.
Dang it. Also, what all was destroyed at this tower is much knowledge of conjuration.
Oh,
so that is going to be a great loss for the future generations of magic users.
I did not get it right that time.
You got it
I also got
right.
a tiny dragon.
So you go to look at the pocket area where the dragon
Oh,
was.
I had a tiny dragon.
They got sucked into the void.
I think it probably just disappeared. I don't actually have the ability to cast that magic yet. I looked it up. That's a 7th level ability. Oh.
Alright, I guess we gotta head back to town. Find a way back to the tavern. Wraps the gemstone up and puts it away.
So when you wrap the gemstone up and you put it away, Dinalcar is only visible.
Oh. Hey, that means you'll be able to talk to him at the tavern wherever they put that thing.
You know, that might actually be a thing.
He could be a very valuable resource.
I mean, you could talk to him whenever, though.
I could talk to him whenever. Y'all never ask. Like, he can hear you this whole time. That's how he got cursed.
All right.
I've gathered that.
All right.
Well, now that I know his name, I won't be just calling him... Who the fuck started P-Pop?
I said it once.
You look nothing alike.
I thought his name was Nunya for the longest time.
Yeah, even I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah, he's got a couple other names. It's pretty long and fancy. And he also is flabbergasted.
He's magic user, a wizard from an age that has been long gone.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's an elf and I'm a halfling. And yes, we've established that. And he's also confused by it. And I think it's funny as heck.
To be fair, I've known a lot of people, and I've never met any halfling elf people, so I'm with him. I'm kind of confused about that, too.
Hey, all I'm saying is that one of his descendants probably got a hankering for halfling cuisine, and it just down the line, here I am.
How am I the one that gets cursed?
Oh, did you just say... What did you just post?
Oh, jeez.
That just clicked in my head.
You're the only one who's cursed because I don't know. You're being real rude to that orc lady.
With what I know about the different races, and I'm not trying to say he's racist. You're not racist. You might be. I don't know. I don't know you personally. Typically, elves don't like orcs. It's only recently that orcs have been accepted in mainstream society.
Maybe he just doesn't like Dork. Yeah, hell, he barely even likes me, and I'm related to him. That actually might be part of the problem.
I think it's because you're like 2 foot tall.
Excuse me, I'm 3 foot tall. Some people might say I'm 2'11", and those people, I would call them a liar.
And we're having this conversation as we're walking.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I have no problem doing like a fast track of the trek back, unless there's something you want to happen.
So I will say, as you're walking through the woods, you are able to, as night starts to fall, you're able to find a place to set up a camp, to rest, as it's been a long day and you're probably tired. And one of you was hurt by magic.
I got fucked up, y'all. This shit almost took half of my health.
I'm trying to remember if I've already done a heal for you to that, because technically we haven't slept.
We slept and then woke up in the chamber. That's the whole thing.
Oh, hey, one
So
little
I can reset
detail.
my-
I don't know if either of
Okay.
you looked out the window while you were in the room, but apparently we were just in AFK
Yes.
mode outside, just wandering around like zombies.
I didn't never see that, but my thing was just like empty space with magic going off in random spots.
Oh. Yeah, I saw us walking around like zombies. I'm like, oh, I guess we're on autopilot. Hope mine remembers how to find berries and
I
water.
didn't see that.
What did you see outside?
Just bad storm magic
Yeah.
stuff happened.
Oh, weird. So we all saw something different outside the window.
Well, I don't have magic at all, so of course I'm just going to see the crazy shit going on. I don't see the actual shit going on. Theo was legitimately cursing magic almost the entire time he was in there. It's like fucking magic.
Well, I also ran into a psychic sale. The people who listen to the episode will know what I'm talking about. Well, you're the one who
Shaking
did
my
it.
head. Now you're making fun of my speech.
Well,
Okay, I see how it is.
I thought it was...
Don't pick on the DM. You should know this.
I'm
by
not
now.
picking on him. I thought it was hilarious. It's an amazing word. It's definitely a thing now.
It's not. That's not a good way to ensure one's
Remember
longevity
last time
in
we
a
lost an
campaign.
arm?
Which time that I lost an arm? Silver Lake's taking... Yeah, Silver,
He hasn't done multiple
Silver
games.
Lake's taking arms.
So I will say, as you're going down to take your rest, you will wake up feeling stronger than you were the day before. I created that chamber to imprison the creature that is the embodiment of conjuration magic. It was designed to help us bring Lestros into a mortal form for us to take his powers and make them our own. It was definitely an achievement in all of my studies throughout the centuries. Alchemical, magical, engineering, tinkering, you name it. I've done it and I've worked on it. So we had to make sure everything was done in a specific pattern, a specific way. And we created this prison. It is great because the creature will not have a full memory of what is happening, and as long as somebody is able to maintain it, it will forever hold the reality separate from our own. And the ability to siphon the power off of a creature as powerful as, well, we'll call him Neserti. To harness the power of Neserti will be an immense pull for anyone in our order who wishes to take and seize the power of the universe. We were given creativity, but not the power to use it. Now we are going to take the power to use it and apply our creativity onto the world. I do wish the other dragons would see things my way, but that is something that is not going to be possible. So I work with these mortals to take advantage of their creativity and methods to use our power to achieve a higher purpose. Hopefully one day it'll be exactly everything that we have ever wanted, and we'll have all the power, and then the dragons can rule the continent again. Possibly even the world once again. It's not that I hate my fellow members of the organization, but they are lesser than me. And for that, I use them until they are no longer useful fools. And once they cease to be useful fools, well, a dragon has many ways to get rid of fools who no longer have a purpose or a reason to exist. And Neserti here, Neserti will give me all the power that I need. These tanks will preserve his energies for me to use well into the future. And I'm only telling the other members that there is one tank, so they have to use it sparingly. I've stored away an entire secondary tank for my own purposes and uses. They do not know the way to channel out of that secondary tank, which is even better for me because I can use both of them as I see fit. So hopefully no one ever opens the door, because that will let all the realities and the void come in. And letting the void come into our reality will, I believe, destroy much. It was, after all, the void of all things that chased the felines here, that we had to give them the northeastern continent. We conceded them that territory. The void also convinced the members of the southeastern continents to make pacts and deals with other immortals of different planes, and now they're all gone. So the void is something that is dangerous and hopefully will never be unleashed again. But I do have a sort of break in case of extreme measures. If the door is ever opens, Neserti needs to be let free, because it will collapse the reality that was my old study. And with that reality collapsed and that mini dimension no longer accessible, the void will never be able to make its way into our plane. And if that were to be the case, I pray that they release Neserti, because if anybody ever kills Neserti in his prison, which is possible, it will not allow the dimension to close, and it may, over time, leak into our reality. That is my greatest fear, but it is something that, with great power, you need to take risks. You know, if there is no risk, there is no reward, as they always say.
Now I gotta figure out
Yeah,
how
so we're going. Yep, so we're going to end it there as you guys sit down to camp.
Wait, did you decide who won the fashion show?
Yeah,
I did.
I demand a recount.
Well, the election was not stolen.
Excuse me.
That's
Excuse me.
all I'm
There
saying
was
on
some
that
Bebop
line.
Collusion.
I didn't even vote. Thank you very much. I pulled all my votes out of it. I backed all my votes out, so I didn't even put a vote in. So it was all listeners and you. So
I
take
was in
that
the
as you
lead
will.
until somebody pointed out that I forgot pants.
Listen, I voted based on who followed Silver's instructions. So me and Dork both got a vote from me because we followed the
Dork
instructions.
forgot the dinosaur hat.
Yeah, but that's just
Only
an accessory.
because-
He didn't even wear the dinosaur hats. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. It was an amazing hat, though. You know what? The real reason
Nope.
Dork...
I'm sure.
Yeah, the
it'll
real reason
reappear.
Dork didn't show the hat is because Dork is hoping for dinosaur hat fan art. Get on it. So, we all sat down to camp, and if you want to sit down to camp and talk about D&D memes or pictures, you can come on down to Discord. There's a link in the description below.
We play Pathfinder, not D&D.
That's correct.
Well, you can find groups for games of all tabletop systems.
There you go.
There you go.
Save.
Nice.
Listen, when I say D&D, I meant Dungeon and Don't. I forgot what system we're playing.
And if you've enjoyed the reuniting of the party, I guess you could say, in this episode, give us a rating and review. If you've enjoyed it as much as we have, go ahead, give us 5 purple gemstones. Yeah, conjuration gemstones. Yeah. Nice and pretty. So, if not, give us an honest ranking, but let us know how we can improve. Also, tell your friends about us, because as we get more listeners, we get more feedback. We find ways to continue to improve what we do for y'all.
And you can always remember to join us on social media too. We've got Facebook, the app formerly known as Twitter. It's going through its artistic phase. We have Instagram. We even have an email if you so choose. And we post in most of those, and we always respond when people ask us stuff. And every episode, when we post our new episode for the week, it comes with a little graphic. The person who does this graphic has no knowledge of what's going on in the episode. Just the title. It's all they're given. So the graphic's based on what the title says. And recently, we have started adding a little hidden creature into these things. And if you can find it, let us know.
I think I referenced it earlier in the episode.
We reference it fairly frequently, so there's that.
Yeah.
That's your hint. But so we have all of those wonderful places that we can hang out and talk and see things and always share pictures. Also, I need to share my new little set of dice I got. So remember to grab those and get a picture of those because they are hilarious. They're these itty bitty little tiny plastic
Wait,
dice.
are they the ones from the Endless Bag of Dice for this month? The little tiny red and green
Yes.
ones? I know
Yes.
that's what you're talking about.
I'm a little annoyed they didn't make they didn't do the color the opposite direction around because it would be more watermelon like. But
It's just inverted watermelon.
So our theme of the week is actually that's better. Who do you think? No, never mind. Everybody knows who's the one who messed up. But
Hey!
Side note, not at all. If I had to pick at the beginning of this, which of the 3 of us screwed it up, really would not have picked Theo.
Listen here. I get the feeling I may have fucked up in the short term, but in the long term, mine was the correct decision. So all of y'all fuck off.
Actually, so here's the distinction here. If any one of you would have decided to not free the creature, you would have been the one that completely screwed everything up.
I think in the long term, I also helped a lot by stealing the book.
I would agree.
Possibly. So no, our theme of the week, not who messed up. Our theme of the week is let's share the times when things have gone horribly wrong in your D&D, Pathfinder, Starfinder, Mutants and Masterminds, whatever system you play. When things have gone horribly wrong in your system of choice. As this one had this massive extra-dimensional creature deciding it was going to have some fun.
At least I didn't attack the creature.
Hey.
I made the room attack the creature.
Hey. I made an attempt. I shot my shot. It didn't kill me. It just tried to talk me into doing things. I didn't take any candy.
Also,
I didn't accept a ride from a stranger. Everything turned out fine.
Also, the DC on that check when I looked at it again, was
physically impossible for
so.
me to do it without cheating and lying.
Physically impossible for anyone to do that without cheating and lying.
No.
I thought it was closer, but it was it was a lot further away than I thought it was. I didn't realize it was that high.
Absolutely bananas later. Like, it's not impossible to have like a plus 27 years stealth or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And as we always say,
we love you.
We love you.
Bye.
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 Bye.